As a young woman in 2018 who is aware of the role women have played in achieving equality over the last 50 years, I am disturbed by the way women have been subjugated in The Handmaid's Tale. Women have fought against disadvantage, inequality and sexual abuse, and it alarms me to see that this has all occurred in The Handmaid's Tale. I look at the character of Offred and feel alarmed to see that someone who had achieved equality and respect has had it taken away from her ever so suddenly. The control over women by the men in The Handmaid's Tale disturbs me the most. This contrasts to the way that women in society today are speaking out, showing independence. Men have taken over and have had ultimate control, authority and subjugation upon women in society. Offred is forced to submit and loses any authority she once had as a mother and wife. When she sees the woman being hanged by Gilead, she is horrified but compelled to see this as ordinary. I am just as horrified as Offred that she is forced to be a part of this. I can identify with Offred's words when she states, "I would like to believe this as a story. If it's a story I'm telling, then I have control over the ending." This makes me feel sorry for her situation, but also encouragement that she has not lost her inner strength and able to survive. As Offred tells her story, this shows a rebellion against her society. Even if to an imagining reader, Offred speaks out and gives herself hope. Her inner life and thoughts are what are precious to her. This has shaped me as I feel women have worked so hard to get the equality, acceptance and respect that they deserve, and I don't want to see this disappear, which is shown throughout The Handmaid's Tale. It is specifically demonstrated by Offred, who has lived a life of equality and now has to lose that. I would hate for that to happen to me. Once you've established freedom, how hard would it be to lose it again? Women have fought to get this throughout the 70s and 80s. I feel lucky and free in today's society where I do have rights and I can achieve things. Women in the past didn't have respect, opportunities or education. They weren't valued or acknowledged. Media today has made me so aware of how attitudes have changed and how women have had the courage to speak out. This is evidenced by the #MeToo movement, where women are beginning to be taken seriously when talking about sexual harassment and having their voices heard. Powerful men such as Harvey Weinstein, who have taken advantage of women and manipulated them for years, are finally being dragged into the light of day. I'm aware of people who have really put a stamp on the role of women and the equality and acceptance of women as strong members of society. An example of this is Malala, a young girl who was subjugated under a very powerful and autocratic Taliban who spoke up about the right for girls to go to school. Malala mentioned the importance of pens and books. She fought for the rights of women and fought against the power and manipulation of men. Her words contrast to Offred in The Handmaid's Tale, being stripped from her right to learn, read and write. I think that Margaret Atwood is a very intelligent woman who has an extreme feminist attitude. She wrote about the power of men and taking away women's everyday privileges. In my research, I've become aware of the women who have worked hard to achieve respect, acknowledgement and status in the world. I look at where I am in today's society. I'm a woman who can get the same education as men, I can go to university and I can do what I want to do. I have seen what happens today. I have opportunities that women didn't have before and how women have gained authority over time. In contrast, women who are represented in The Handmaid's Tale have none of this equality. No education, no independence, totally controlled by men. The sole purpose is to bear children for their master. This is certainly something that should not happen, and thankfully in my society it does not. What gives men the right to take away the rights that women have worked so hard to achieve?